Hi there, this is Shrikant Dasari. So, in this lesson, we are going to learn about two-dimensional arrays in C. So, let me launch the IDE. So, already I have created a project under the name 2D array here, which contains a C file, 2darray.c. Okay, so two-dimensional array in C or any other programming language can be thought of like a matrix in mathematics. Okay, which typically consists of rows and columns. Okay, so to declare the two-dimensional array, the syntax goes like this: int name of the two-dimensional array, let's say it as matrix, followed by the range, the maximum values. Okay, so in one-dimensional array we have just one subscript variable here. So in two-dimensional array we are going to have two subscripts. One represents rows, number of rows, and the other represents the number of columns. Okay, so total if you have taken a two-dimensional matrix like this, two rows and two columns, total you are supposed to have four values. Okay, so you can initialize your two-dimensional array as you did in one-dimensional array at the time of declaration. Okay, so you can do something like this: 1 2 3 and 4. Okay, so this initializes the two-dimensional array matrix to four different values in the format of rows and columns. So let us take a for loop here and print our two-dimensional matrix. Okay, so for I is equal to 0, I less than 2, and I plus plus. In the same way, let's have so here we need to have nested for loop. Okay, the reason we are taking two for loops here, because one for loop scans row wise, and the nested for loop takes the value column wise data. Okay, so since we are having two dimensions here, rows and columns, so we are supposed to have two for loops for each of them. Okay, so let's have a printf statement here. %d name of array matrix and followed by the subscript. So if you remember in the previous lesson when you were studying about one-dimensional array, we have just used one subscript to print the value stored in the one-dimensional array. So here we have taken since a two-dimensional array consists of two subscripts, so we are supposed to have two subscript variables here to print the one-dimensional two-dimensional matrix. Sorry, so let's have a printf statement in the ending of this for loop here. Okay, so let's have a small message also, which just displays in the matrix some small message. Okay, so if you save and run the program, you just get the values of two-dimensional array here. So as we have discussed, the two-dimensional array is stored as in the form of rows and columns here. Okay, the first the zeroth element here is 1. Okay, the subscript the subscript or index value of this is going to be 0 0. Okay, and the first element would be something like this: 0th row, first element 0 1. Okay, so in that way our matrix gets stored. Okay, so here we have taken two for loops here. The first for loop scans the row wise, and the second one is used to scan column wise and print the data. Okay, so in the same way you can have another matrix. Okay, so you can say matrix 2, which is of size 3 by 3. Okay, again once you have taken two dimensions of 3 rows and 3 columns, then you are supposed to have total 9 elements. Okay, so now if you want to initialize your two-dimensional matrix, you have to do something like this: 5 6 7 8 and 9. Okay, So total 9 elements we have initialized in our 3 by 3 matrix, two-dimensional matrix of size 3 by 3. Okay, so using the help of for loop again, we can just display the data stored inside the matrix here. So just a minor change is to change the loop here to run from 0 to 3, since we are having 3 rows and 3 columns here, and just change the name of the matrix, since we have taken here our next 3 by 3 matrix as matrix 2. Okay, I have just changed the name of the matrix here, and so let's have a small printf message for understanding purpose, the matrix 2. Okay, so now if you just save and run the program, you just get the contents of the matrix 2 gets displayed here. Okay, so if you observe in the program, we have just taken another matrix, and we have initialized some 9 values here, and with the help of 2 consecutive nested for loops here, nested for loop structure, we are printing the contents of the matrix. Okay, so every time the matrix runs, okay, so you can say something like this also. So a of %d, okay, %d and %d, so for better understanding purpose here. Okay, so you can say display the values a of %d, %d, and you can say I and j. Okay, now if you save and run the program, so if you observe in the output here, just I have added some like to display the index or the index value of the value. Okay, so if you observe in this matrix here, so the first we have taken a matrix of size 2 rows and 2 columns, and we have just initialized the values. The internally the matrix stores in this arrangement here. So if you observe in the output here, the 0th row and the 0th column, okay, the position 0 0, the first element gets stored. Okay, and the 0th row, first column, the second element gets stored here. Okay, so in the same way, in the first row 0th column, the element 3 gets stored. Okay, the element 3 gets stored, and again if you observe in the output, first row, first column, the 4th element gets stored. Okay, so for understanding purpose, I have just given this representation here. Okay, so in the same way, if you just simply want to make your matrix null matrix, you can simply say as we did in one-dimensional array, if you initialize your matrix to 0, so all the elements gets initialized to 0 here. So if you save and run the program, so if you observe here, just it contains 0 here. Okay, so all the values get initialized 0. But if you say 1 here, that doesn't mean that all the content of the matrix will be initialized to 1. Okay, so all the values of all the index values will be initialized to 1. So if you save and run the program, so you see that the only first element gets initialized to 1. I mean 0th row, 0th element. Okay, 0 0 gets initialized to 1, and the rest is initialized to zeros, which is the default value in the matrix. Okay, so this is the basic stuff about a two-dimensional matrix in C. Okay, so see you in the next lesson. Goodbye.